Hello and welcome. I am Penny Johnson, the Director of the Government Art Collection. Thank you for joining us today at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, where we're here to announce the third year of the Robson Orr TenTen Award, a government art collection and Outset Contemporary Art Fund annual commission. Due to the nature of the times, some people speaking today will be pre-recorded and some will be live. For those of you who don't know about the Government Art Collection, it dates from 1899, and in this time we have selected for 24 individual prime ministers and 50 separate governments works of art in the collection range from the 16th century to the contemporary, and they are displayed in UK government buildings around the world in 155 cities, and they're there to promote British art and to contribute to cultural diplomacy. As I've already said, we're here today to announce the third year of the Robson Orr TenTen Award. And it is my great pleasure to hand over to the Minister for Digital and Culture, Caroline Dinenage.
Thank you, Penny, and I'm absolutely delighted to be able to announce the 2020 TenTen Award, which is a fantastic example of a successful public and private partnership. Through the generosity and support of philanthropists Matthew Orr and Sybil Robson Orr. Their 10-year commitment to the Government Art Collection shows their understanding of the importance of dialogue through art and culture between countries. It's my absolute pleasure to reveal that the TenTen Award for 2020 has been awarded to Yinka Shonibare, CBE. Yinka has produced this wonderful new print, Hibiscus and the Rose. It's a complex woodcut print that incorporates the artist's signature use of Dutch wax fabrics and talks of his childhood both in the UK and in Nigeria. 15 of these prints will join the Government Art Collection and be placed in displays all over the world in UK government buildings. This rich collection provides a wonderful showcase of the UK's artists and artistic legacy with works from the 15th right through to the 21st century. Yinka's work makes connections to trade and culture, identity and belonging. It's both personal and universal. Congratulations, Yinka, on this new work, and thank you for continuing the high quality of prints that this commission has yielded in its third year. Before we hear from Yinka, I'm delighted to hand over to Matthew and Sybil.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening to wherever you are tuning in from around the world. And welcome to our first digital reception of the Robson Orr TenTen Award. This is year number 3 of our 10-year project with the UK Government Art Collection. Each year, the GAC and its advisory board select an artist who Matthew and I commissioned to create a work for the collection. Today, we are so thrilled to be celebrating Yinka's beautiful and captivating piece. Our TenTen idea was originally inspired by the success of the Foundation for Arts and Preservation in Embassies, based in Washington, D.C. Living in London, we were really keen to find out what the UK Government Art Collection contained and how it was being supported. We discovered it spans centuries, covering vast subject matters. We reached out to our great friend Candida Gertler at Outset Contemporary Art Fund, who is who you call when you want to make things happen in the art world in the UK. She introduced us to Penny Johnson and the GAC, and our 1010 idea was hatched. While Matthew and I fund the commission, you also have the chance, if you get in early, to buy an edition of Yinka's work, and your money goes directly to the GAC's acquisition fund. Candida will explain how you can do that shortly. Through the GAC, Matthew and I realized what a powerful role art plays in soft diplomacy and cultural exchange around the world. A great artist's work like Yinka's can speak the language of the people without saying a word. Imagine a diplomat in a foreign office using the subject matter of hibiscus and the rose to navigate around a sensitive or tricky subject matter. And that points to the importance of keeping the UK government art collection current and topical. And my beloved and very British husband, Matthew, is up next to tell you more about that.
Thank you, darling Sybil. By the way, isn't Yinka's Zoom background amazing? By making an award every year, we don't merely celebrate a great British artist. We also help keep the government art collection relevant and up to date. It's also a fantastic opportunity to shine a bright light on this wonderful collection. We are so thrilled to have Yinka Shonibare as part of our amazing group of TenTen artists. His stunning and thought-provoking print, Hibiscus and the Rose, will be added to the prints by TenTen Award recipients Hervin Anderson and Tacita Dean. The subjects already covered by these three great British artists include Yinka's perspective on the Commonwealth, Hervin's on the Jamaican diaspora, and Tacita's foreign policy. Getting a project going like this takes a lot, and Sybil and I would particularly like to thank Cantor de Gertler for helping this award come to life, to Jack Charlesworth for managing TenTen and keeping us all on the straight and narrow, to Penny Johnson and Eliza Gluckman at the Government Art Collection for supporting our vision and getting us to this point with 3 exceptional award recipients. And of course, a big thank you to Caroline Dinenage for announcing the artist this year. Finally, our sincerest thanks and congratulations go to Yinka Shonibare on being awarded the commission this year. And we hope to be together in Lagos with you next year. Without further ado, we now go back live to the Foreign Office where Yinka is joining us.
We are thrilled to say that Yinka will be joining us live now. He will be.
Hello.
Hello, Yinka.
Yes, hello, Penny.
I think you're going to say a few words before I ask you some questions.
Yes, well, thank you very much for, for the award. And, I'd very much like to thank Robson Orr and also the Government Art Collection and also, my gallery as well. When I was invited to do this, I really wanted to do something that will capture the spirit of collaboration and dialogue. And, the prints will be around British embassies around the world. I was born in London, but I grew up both in London and also in Nigeria. And I wanted to do something that will express that. And so did you want to ask me a question?
Yes, I do. When you accepted the commission, you very quickly had a vision for what you would do. Is this narrative and juxtaposition of the 2 floral images something that you had in mind for some time?
Well, usually my work, I make work really based on my personal autobiography and my identity. And as somebody who grew up in Nigeria, I wanted to bring some of that into this work and also the relationship with Britain. When I lived in Nigeria, I had hibiscus in my garden. And in my London garden, I've got roses in my London garden. And I wanted a beautiful way to capture that spirit of dialogue between the 2 spheres, between the North and the South. And I thought this would be a good way to capture that. And most importantly, I also wanted to use the medium of woodcuts. And also you will see that the actual batik fabric I use in the work can be found on the actual print. Batik was actually made in Hyde, Manchester, and also in Holland, and now, commonly worn in West Africa, and subsequently also made in Africa too. And so I thought that would be a very interesting thing to juxtapose the idea of the English rose, batik, and the hibiscus, symbolizing, the tropical weather in Nigeria. And I think most importantly now, we all have to work together, and we have to collaborate, the North and the South. And really that's that spirit of collaboration that I've tried to capture in this print. And you will also see that I've deliberately used red and green, and those are complementary colors. And I did that deliberately, so we complement each other in the North and in the South.
Thank you, Yinka. I was surprised and pleased to see that the printing process included the use of fabric as well as wood. How long have you been using fabric in your prints?
Well, I've been using fabrics in my prints now, I would say possibly about 3 years, when I joined the Christia Roberts Gallery. And they also encouraged me to try woodcuts. Prior to that, I was actually doing straight screen printing. But with their help and support, I was able to actually develop the work further by incorporating woodcuts and fabric into the work.
Thank you. What do you feel about your print being displayed in UK government buildings around the world?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that people from different parts of the world will get to see my work, enjoy my work, and I'm very proud to be doing this.
Thank you, Yinka. Next, we will hear from Candida Gertler, the co-founder and director and trustee of Outset Contemporary Art Fund.
Thank you, Yinka, for sharing with us your brilliant mind and insight into this beautiful new artwork that will adorn embassies and diplomatic buildings around the world, far beyond these very strange times, allowing us, through your mesmerizing work, to touch a moment of immortality. Outset is delighted to have established this fruitful private-public partnership that continues to grow and flourish as we see important British artists depict our culture each year and trigger discourse around it. Outset has always been at the forefront of supporting culture at its very core, the artists, the institutions, the thinkers, and the supporters. But it is the building of a lasting legacy that is fundamental to Outset. An innovative aspect of the Robson Orr TenTen Award is that additionally to the 15 works joining the government art collection, we annually have 11 editions of the print available to the public to buy. 100% of the funds raised from these sales established the TenTen acquisitions budget, which enables the government art collection to acquire works for the collection with a particular focus on underrepresented and emerging artists. If you would like to register your interest in acquiring one of the editions this year, be in touch. All of this is enabled by the generosity of our dear patrons Sybil and Matthew. Our joint journey has been inspirational, and I so look forward to what is to come. Thank you to the Government Art Collection team, particularly the formidable Penny and Eliza, and Tony Harris for filming the printmaking process. What a privilege to be present. Thank you to Yinka Shonibare Studio, especially Ruth Hogan, Alib Klein and Marian Stett. Thank you to Stephen Friedman and the team at Stephen Friedman Gallery, especially Karen Hepburn. Thank you to the print studio Thumbprint Editions and especially Pete Kosovitz. Brilliant work. Thank you to Sir Philip Barton, the Permanent Undersecretary here at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, for hosting us here today. To Carolyn Dinenage MP, Minister for Digital and Culture, for announcing the artist, and to Raquel Brown and Terry Alloway for their help. And finally, a massive thank you to you, Yinka Shonibare CBE, for creating Hibiscus and Rose for us to share and enjoy with generations to come. Thank you very much to all of you here for joining us.
I have some closing remarks, more thanks. Thank you, Candida, and to Jack at Outset for all they've done to deliver this future fruitful partnership. And to Sybil and Matthew Robson Orr for their generosity and leadership, and also for agreeing to sponsor this virtual launch. And for Matthew's brilliant idea of asking Yinka to provide a backdrop which will be available for all of you who've registered today to listen to our launch. We are also grateful to the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office for their support in preparing our event and hosting it for us. And of course, a huge thanks to Yinka Shonibare CBE for accepting the commission in the first place, and then for producing this wonderfully beautiful print, which has so much meaning, and particularly in these times today. And then finally, a warm thanks to all of you who have joined our virtual launch. Thank you and goodbye.